there's two possibilities here. Either we're in this current universal cycle, and at the end of the universal cycle, the omega point, there's sort of a memory wipe, and we start all over from the beginning again. We don't do the exact same pattern, but we start from that state. Now, there is a possibility that perhaps that just like there are universal cycles, there could be a cycle within a cycle, in that we're going a higher level up, in that not like a new kind of universe or something like that, but there just might be, and this is very hard for me to explain real quick because it's a very complex topic that goes beyond what we normally talk about here, but there might be a cycle within a cycle, and if there is a cycle within a cycle, then there is a possibility of information being carried over and something being worked on in that way, perhaps like building an optimal universe or something like that. But even if there's, we will eventually get to the point where there is a reset. So the question is, when is the reset? Is it at the end of this particular universal cycle? Probably. But it's also possible that there could be a cycle within a cycle, and many iterations of that, but eventually that would reset as well. So it just sort of depends on when there will be a reset. The question is just when. But it most likely, I wouldn't say most likely, but it's very possible that it could be at the end of this particular cycle. I'm glad you could catch one, Outdoor. MC Heavyset, thank you for the super chat. Says, I love you and your work. What is your favorite shape? Mine are pentagram and pentagons. Do you think those are empowering? My favorite shape? I don't know. I never really thought about what a favorite shape of mine would be. I think I'll have to get back to you on that because I've never considered a favorite shape. But yeah, the pentagram is actually really interesting. The pentagram, the Pythagoreans used to use the symbol of the pentagram to identify one another. So it was sort of their secret symbol, so that Pythagoreans would know who else was a Pythagorean and could show that symbol to understand it. And you have earth, air, wind, fire, and spirit being the different points of the pentagram. And there's also a ton of different fractal properties of the pentagram as well. So it is a very cool shape. Ruby Red, thank you for the super chat. Says, why are there so many signs and symbols in the media? Is that to wake us up? Well, okay, so it's not. All right. So are there some signs and symbols in the media? Yeah, sometimes there are. But I wouldn't let that stuff bother you or distract you, because some people just go totally overboard and they kind of go crazy. They kind of go nuts. They start seeing symbols and things everywhere. They get super paranoid. They think all that. So are there sometimes things in the media and all that? Yeah, there are. I mean, it's on the back of the dollar bill. On the back of, you got, you know, all these different Masonic symbols on the back of the dollar bill, and you know, it's kind of right in front of you. So yeah, there are some in the media, but it's nothing to really, it's not there to wake people up, or it's not really anything to worry about. I would not let anything like that bother you, because like I said, a lot of people go way off the deep end on that sort of thing, and they get into conspiracy theories, and they start seeing shapes everywhere. You know, they start reading into things too much. They start thinking that everything is a sign, and they just start, you know, kind of losing it. So it can be a very big distraction. So, you know, I mean, it can be interesting, but if it's something that gives you anxiety, you know, don't let it bother you. Don't let it. It's nothing to stress about if you know it may. So, I mean, yeah.